Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we doing? Realise I forgot to do a thing and I can't see now. Hang on. There we go, there's some tunes. Sorted. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Probably the last weekend stream for a while, I suspect, if all goes according to plan anyway. Not possible next week might have one, but my estimates down the plan are correct, then I think we should finish Avowed next week. But we're going to make some inroads today and hopefully move a sizable step closer towards that point. Because we are chasing for the garden. I'm hopefully going to beat Steelgore up to the punch. That's the plan today. Evening Tango, evening Monkey Nuts, how are we doing? We're all well. Yeah, not too bad here today. Fairly chill day. Is kind of what we needed. I basically spent most of my afternoon leveling up my alteration skill in Oblivion. I'll got everything rolling the way I want it to. Took a couple of screenshots as well. But yeah, we should be able to hopefully spend less time faffing with locks. At least low level ones anyway. It was quite a... Well, it involved a few hours of effort, but it was not particularly challenging, so that's cool. Right, however, Avowed. We spoke to the Pogrunan leadership, the two dwarves who are apparently in charge of the whole, who form the council of Solace Keep. And I wasn't under the impression that two quite qualified as a council, but anyway. Yeah, we found out that neither of them are really fit for any position of leadership, but one in particular was completely abandoned her responsibilities in favour of pride. So, yeah, that was a whole thing. Anyway, we now know that the Steelgore are on the path to... or are chasing a potential path, we should say rather, through lava caves at Mount Forgia. Towards the garden, an alternate route that presumably goes underground instead of over the acid lake, acid sea or whatever it's called. So yeah, we're going to hopefully find a way through there before they get there, because I'm sure they're not up to anything good. Cool. Yeah, good thingy. That's it. Not sure what my plan tomorrow is, though. See what I'm in the mood for. Possibly some Baldur's Gate. Alright, so we got set up, we got everything sorted, and I don't think there's a whole lot left to do, is there? I think we tidied everything off last night. Yeah, still need a bunch of Adyran, really. I don't know what the opportunity to find more might look like. I need 2 more, don't I? It might be worth.
From Rawatai, or do you have a tailor in Thirdborn?
Anything I had from Rawatai has long since turned to rags. And Thirdborn doesn't have tailors, just sailmakers with time on their hands. Why?
I just wanted to thank whoever decided that you should wear that vest with no shirt underneath.
I just figured it was one less piece to wash.
Oh, I didn't realize I was speaking with the man himself. Thank you,
My gift to the world.
She is incorrigible, I think is the word. Evening, Pepper. How's it going? Yeah, I think we'll push on for now. Grading that gun is not exactly top priority for me. Everything else that I really want to take to legendary level is already there, so we should be okay. In the meantime, I need to head forward and to my left and then pick back around to the right. And we'll pick this one up. So we encountered a Steelgrot fellow who was rather unwell, if I remember correctly. Just to say, Dreamscourged, and dealt with him in this area. There's nothing else to access around it. There's a tiny little bit, supposedly somewhere over here. Up there, apparently. Yeah, we're gonna have to go in through here, so we did find this bit up here that looked like it might lead in as well via another route, but we'll go this way for now and see what happens. So we also have the last totem piece to find, but that's in front of us, not behind us, so we'll see how we do.
I hear volcanoes have all sorts of pretty flowers growing around them. I'd love some for my hair.
Sounds like it might not be accurate today. Okay, looks like the angry mad folks are going to make a nuisance of themselves, does it? Fanatical barstools. Morning, Steve, here. Got a house full of you. Hope you have a good evening. Yeah, looks like they are decidedly unfriendly.
It's the Envoy.
So, it's treason then.
That's all of them.
Just to say, on their part, not mine. They claim they don't answer to anybody, but at the end of the day, they are Adyran citizens, so they are technically breaking the law by having a problem with me.
Keep quiet.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather shoot the guy. I'm closing the name, isn't it? Down you go, buddy boy. Oh, you tagged me, huh? Well, bad day to be you guys. Not that there's a good day, but that's not the point. Well, confrontation was somewhat inevitable. They're insane fanatics, and I'm having none of it, so... Imp catchers, huh? Let's deal with these. Increased stamina, dodge distance, and move speed. Well, not as good as what I have, but look quite cool. Don't really go with the rest of my outfit, do they? So they can go in my collection. Oh shit, that I'm not using. Delusional reports. Written by a high-ranking officer of the Stilgarrot, written in a shaky hand. Clearly we must conquer the inside the earth and take the place deep underground where the roots begin their growth. The garden will belong to us, we will belong to the garden. We will blossom the mountain and from there conquer our enemies. We must make the land bloom. Somebody has been Dreamscourged. As if they weren't problematic enough in other ways. That looks like the door I need to get in. Anyone remember what the Mask of Zorro? A movie with Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins and Catherine Zeta-Jones, if I remember rightly. Because this whole scene does remind me somewhat. I know what to do with that one first. Don't know if that's supposed to work that way or I just got lucky, but... Gotcha. Up goes the weasel. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be able to fire underneath their shield and hit her feet to bypass the block, but I like that I'd managed to pull that off. Whether or not I'm supposed to be able to do that, I feel like I should be able to do that. Like your shield only protects you when you get it between you and the enemy. When the enemy gets around it, oh, fuck, Sonny Jim. Let's keep gathering those materials, because I definitely still need upgrades. Although I do feel like the upgrade I have got is quite satisfying. So that's the entrance to the mines. I feel like somewhere out back here, out there, up there, over there, around the corner, would be where I need to go to
Right behind you.
find the... the final piece of the totem, though.
On your left.
Well, I thought there might be a little bit more trouble there, but no survivors. kind of the way I like it, to be honest.
Let's get them.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah, it sucked for that guy. Knocked back and staggered by me. My two friends just pop him a couple of times to keep him on the back foot, whilst I reload, and then we finish off with a final shot. Like, that guy did not have... He couldn't catch a break, could he? I enjoyed that. On one hand I feel like I've been here, on the other hand I feel like I haven't. Okay, right, because I've turned around, I know where I am now. There's one area a compass is useful for. This is to keep track of which way you're facing. Does this game not have one, or have I turned it off? Can't remember. How's it going, Noel? You alright? Yeah, I feel like into the mines is the way forward. Ah, did not see that. Interesting. But, don't really want to press on that way just yet. Music's all dramatic and shit. Oh, that's the camp that I could see. Okay. When we start with the priest. Gotcha. Whew. No rest for the wicked, or me. Near the Founder's Head, these areas find out of view where he is blind, so behind his melon somewhere. Would suggest somewhere here. But allegedly that door should be accessible. But it ain't. Which is interesting. Yeah, not too bad. Nice chilled day. I feel like up there is a possibility, but I don't see a way to get up there, so... a way up here, and then I cross, perhaps. Maybe, maybe not. Well, that went about as well as I expected. A sneaking suspicion. I'm barking up the wrong tree. However, with the lack of any other clues to go on, I guess push on through the mines.
Wardens. All dead. The steel garrote didn't even bother hiding the bodies.
Psychotic scum. Looks more like an exit than anything else. Looks like it's probably the way forward. Yep. Let's check out the side entrance first.
I heard something. Watch out! Let's get him! We're under attack.
Too fucking right you are. How did that not? Right, fine. See you resist this then, shall we? Blap. Oof. Keep plugging at the priest before he starts healing people. Lots of essence potions, not as many healing potions as I would like. Good to know. Superiority mushrooms. I see. It's supposed to be a slightly easy way to get where I'm going. what's up here? More of the same. You won't be reporting back. You're dead. How dare I? How dare you? I'm not the one who's out of order. Freeze, fish. Oh well, not getting in that way apparently. Here I am. Guessing that's the other door that I couldn't open. Ladder here. There we go. Tough fella, relatively.
Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come.
You'd have probably stowed your head in, I guess, but, you know. What happened to the still grow up? What happened to the doors? Any other survivors? What happened to the still grow up? Kind of more my problem right
I
now.
don't know. They caught me. They said they had questions. Then they stopped making sense. Just nonsense.
Something happened. No idea what.
Infection with the Dreamscourge very
There's a
quickly.
friend of mine hiding in the summit. You have to help me before it's too late.
Right. We better get moving.
So we're going to make our way up before we can go down, apparently. Not sure that makes a vast amount of sense, but still. We got through here. My hunch is that Sapadal has done something to accelerate their becoming infected with the Dreamscourge. Wasn't the one I was going for, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, I guess the Sapadals found a way to accelerate their infection with the Dreamscourge in order to try and make them keep away from the garden, but I don't think it's working quite the way they were hoping. not get that to land where I wanted to. That's better. Oh, that went quite the way I expected it to, but I'll take what I can get. Alright. Victory is victory or something. I can jump down there, I'm just not sure why I'd want to. Music's good. How I'm going to get up there, though. Out, we'll find a way.
Well, that's that. We'll need another way through.
Yeah, I'm saying, looks like they sealed the way through behind them. I have many questions. Many questions. Hello. Give me something good. Lava forged plate. Ooh, no good to me, but it looks quite cool. Heavy armor, legendary, thick amount of damage, deals fire damage to nearby enemies and fire resistance. Not the worst. Looks quite cool though. Basic starting robe is awful. Risen skeletons, huh? That's problematic. How the fuck did she make that jump? Oh no, I'm not making it. Quite what I was going for, but hey, I'll take it. Lots of lava blights makes sense. Throwing cold magic at them seems like the way to go. Was that letter I deliberately ignored? There it is. Letter from Kostya to Ludwig. Now, if I remember rightly, Kostya is the member of the council who was in Council of Sol's Keep, who was in favour of opening up and beginning relationships with people outside of their immediate culture, which is the sensible position, except for the fact he's stupid and is willing to literally jump into bed with anybody, no matter the cost, so long as they survive. Which is also insane. Your mission to the esteemed Inquisitor Ludwig. Your mission has moved me greatly. I understand how singular your purpose is and how consuming your desire to serve Adyran Empire. As I too possess loyalties not even death can sway. I believe you and I may be of assistance to one another, regardless of whether you believe the same. I hope you will provide me an opportunity to prove as much. Jesus Christ. Stupid piece of shit. There's the clarity of vision to see these people need to open up and build friendships with those outside of their immediate cultural circle. Goes where I think he goes. Yes. But doesn't have the good sense to realise that Ludwin will just use them and either discard them or outright destroy them. Is that a graphical error or is there something here? Did we get him? Yeah, we got him.
We got them all.
They got me as well, actually. What have I got that cures poison? Lots of grog. We could very much use a local map. Hang on a minute, I'm back here. That's where the cave-in was. And this just doubles back on itself. Okay, fair enough. So as I was expected to have dealt with them already, I just managed to bypass that whole section by jumping up here. Right, okay. Be a bit warm in here, I imagine. I think it's trying to tell me I'm going to have to cross some lava. Lots and lots of rigmarole. However you say it. Somebody hiding out up here didn't make it, apparently. Forward camp of some kind.
The steel garrote left all this behind without packing up. He must have left in a hurry.
These are Pargrunen books. Just beautiful. And wasted on the steel garrote.
Told ya.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Are they looking for the garden in the keep? It's because Kostya offered them the keep. They're planning to attack. Don't know what's going on. Are they planning to attack?
No. Whatever else I think about Solace, it's still full of highly trained Pargrunen wardens sworn to die to protect it.
They must think that the keep hides away into the garden, for some reason.
I suppose it's possible the path to the garden is under the keep.
It would explain why the keep was built where it was, or one of the reasons. This is true. How the steel got now? It's a closely guarded secret. One who lewd and killed for that. We know how she knew. She stole the information, or she had somebody steal it for her.
If she murdered someone, we would have heard about it by now.
Would we?
Someone had to tell them.
Doesn't matter. A steel garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Nope. Remember what we're fighting for. People living lands counted on us. Ready for a fight, no quarter. Watch each other's backs, make it messy. Remember what we're fighting for.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the steel garrote.
True enough.
Whether they realize it or not.
I do agree. Rust-stained map of Gallion's Tusk. Why do it be rust-stained? Containing many places steel garrote was apparently searched. We're looking for the garden. Source Keeper's been circled 3 times. Ah. Establishment of Solace, Volume 10. Part of a set Pygarinian history. Much writing is lost to age wear. Slip of cloth marks a particular spot. While his followers welcomed a moment to stop and make rest, many felt strongly that this place, the coast of the violet mountain land they called Gallion's Tusk, was neither safe nor inviting as a foundation for civilization. Nandru's closest advisors warned him of the Pygarinian settlements that preceded this one, and of the mouldering ruins thereof. Nandru simply gazed out over the acid sea at the mystical glow beyond, and said these words immortalized by tradition that has been passed down forever since. Here our journey ends, my people, here we find solace. Adyran, nice. Serenian proclamations. Somewhere, bound and rebound several times. Writing seems to be of more modern age. Paper has not weathered the years with grace. Once the invaders were repelled and the process of clearing the rubble had begun, Serena quickly established new traditions that meant to bolster Solace against future invasions of any type. Many of the traditions are still in place today, though many, such as the prohibition on relying on the written word to carry our culture and knowledge, remain controversial. Serena believed that Solace's thoughts and culture were as valuable as the material resources, and thus they deserve special protection from outside threats. To record our knowledge, culture, and advancements in written form would make them available to be taken or destroyed by foreign invaders, and therefore Serena forbade the creation of written records. Stupid. Also, really the mark of somebody attempting to be one hell of a despot. While the people of Solace followed the decree and Serena's strength and strategic acumen had repelled the savages that had broken the walls, many murmured among themselves that this was a step too far. By Serena's decree, such materials as this very volume would be considered illegal, just for fear it would fall into enemy hands. Yeah. You'll find a sign of a despot trying to destroy written records.
She defiles our ground.
Yep. Yep, fucking say. She serves the person who put you in this situation. The question is, why? What was Wodika's motivation?
Murderer, she is near.
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop?
Well, we, for starters.
The time has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
Ooh, that doesn't look good. That's really very not good. Seems like Sapodal remembers more than they were letting on.
We see you!
They're Dreamscourge now?
Don't be shy, Envoy! Come! Let's talk!
I'm going to very much enjoy killing her.
So here you are.
I thought though.
Sapodal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladins, Envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dreamscourge is Sapodal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands.
And you need to be driven out. It's a piss poor way of doing it, but she does need to be driven out. I don't think it's a weapon, I think it's a reflex. Can't be true, Sapodal would have told me, you may be right. If that's true, Sapodal is allowed to defend their homeland. Yeah, that's also true. Didn't come all this way to hear him monologue him after the garden. Well, to be honest, I have a golden opportunity to, well, if not take her head, grind her bones to make my bread. And this would be the time to take it, because she's on her own and vulnerable. You can take her out of the situation right here and right now. Kill the undead witch. Also, the designs on her face are quite cool. Well, the patterns carved into the bone, which I assume happened post-mortem. Post-undeadness. It's not a weapon, it's a reflex.
Then Sapodal's danger is only outmatched by their unpredictability.
It's you forcing their hand, you stupid bint.
Envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now.
Good. How about thee?
The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment? Or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in
I don't trust the monster whispering in your ear, I know that fucking much, and I'm going to trust my judgment, and my judgment says, kill you, you psycho. What do you propose? Sapodal deserves a chance to be free. You made some good points. I'm willing to listen. The only monstrosity here to do. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't care what she proposes. So I'm not going for that one. And also means I'm not going for that one. Sapodal deserves a chance to be free. I want to know more. But we'll see. As for the only monstrosity here as you is the best choice I've got, I think.
See what your god allows you
Allows me to see. I can make
no
my own
matter
choice.
where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapodal. Plague.
We find the consequences of
Madness. The living lands hangs by
Wodika's actions,
because
actually.
mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
And also Wodika's actions in
You
that
and
dim distant
I
reaches of the
can
past.
Save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapodal.
Any madness Sapodal may or may not possess is quite probably traceable back to the fact that they were driven into a corner and hounded almost to oblivion by, let me see, the person she works for. Also, the person she works for turned her into that. Again, the garden destroy Sapodal. You're wrong. I'm going to reach the garden and set Sapodal free. Want to hear what my friends think? Let's see what my friends think.
You're asking me what to do about the god living in your head? I don't know, but killing a god sounds like a really bad idea.
I don't know your god all that well, but I know that Ludwig attacked Fiora without provocation. I'm in no hurry to trust her opinion.
Our time is short. Choose.
I'm gonna go with setting Sapodal free, because I don't suppose this is actually the choice that I have to make here and now. Making it in the garden would make more sense, but I'm not going there to destroy because I don't know that that's necessary. But I'm certainly not going to side with her on general principle.
Break the bars.
Seems about right, I think.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew
Yeah,
it
that.
would come to this. Sapodal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did.
You never had one, you
Still,
psychotic
I had
bint.
hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential.
Come on. No reason for us to fight? Yes, there is. I fully intend to, we were always meant to fight. My nature is your faith. Tell the Burn Queen who sent you.
She already knows. Don't you feel her eyes on you? Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Finally.
On the way.
Oh, I was trying to dodge there and it didn't let me do it.
Bravo will be on seat.
Where are they coming from?
Yeah, remind me again, who's the bad guy?
Bravo will be on seat. Sealmas meetum. Kaiser! Raw! Bravo will be on seat. Raw!
That was deeply satisfying. Ludwig doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of fighting right now, which kind of sucks. A little bit buggy, but... Yes, she is.
Let's get this over with.
I am deeply suspicious of the fact that she didn't put up much of a fight. Which could just be a bug, or it could be something else. Meanwhile, excuse me a minute while I loot. What? I've been rudely interrupted.
We did it! That steel garrote Korba died just like anyone else.
Well, we'll
Right.
see about that.
I don't trust that woman to die like a normal person. The
Grind up
garden lit
bones to
up
make my
and
bread.
Everyone changed. I hate to say it, but maybe Ludwig is right about Sapodal and the Dreamscourge. I really need to lie down. Just for a minute.
Yeah, I don't think she's right.
Vipers in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please.
Again, when it comes down to it, what was Woedica's motivation? Because undoubtedly Sabotage has been forced into a corner here. The question is why? Still not been answered yet. I mean, I hope it doesn't end up being a simple choice between Sapadal and Woedica, because that's no choice at all. But my choice there would be to destroy them both, but anyway. Probably. And,
touch the Adyran. Feel our voice.
So, for my trouble, I've got a few bits and pieces that are worth having. Well, worth breaking down. It's the supposed sword that she was carrying. I'm curious as to what a legendary greatsword looks like. Her plate armor does look pretty badass. As badass as some of the other options, but it's still pretty badass. Still haven't managed to find the last, I think it's up there somewhere.
We would speak to you.
Still haven't managed to find the last totem piece, but I think we'll be finding that soon. Let's save, just in case I can't. I'm guessing that's up there. I also feel like... oh, there's the Adyran. Oh, hello, here we go.
Let's
Got
take
it.
these things back to camp. You can fiddle with them there.
Even if Ludwig's right, our methods are all wrong. Well, yes, that's very, very true. Intolerably wrong, at the point. It's not like, oh, well, that's bad, but it could be worse. It's like, this is not acceptable. Doesn't mean that releasing Sapadar is a good idea, though. So, I can now go onto that to interact with the Adyran, but I don't think we're able to. There we go.
They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars they do not hear. We scream. They do not answer.
Interesting form Sapadal has there. What's happening? You changed those people into dream thoughts, didn't you? Tell me the truth. Are you behind the Dreamscourge? We already knew that. Panicking's going to help anyone. Saw you turn everyone on this summit to dream thoughts. Now you want to talk? Not in my good books. But they have been backed into a corner. At least feel like they have been. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. I could go with panicking isn't going to help any of us. No. Now you want to talk?
When they are done with us, they will rend you next.
You've been the cause of Dreamscourge the whole time and you never told me? Well, I already knew, so... Tell me what's going on.
Teeth everywhere.
That's not informative.
They eat us alive. Out. Let us out. Set us free.
You need to be a lot more forthcoming if you want me to actually make that decision. Those are people. How could you turn them into monsters? Still Garrot won't hurt you anymore. So if I kill the dream thoughts, Still Garrot won't hurt you anymore. That much is sure. Doesn't mean I'm going to help you though.
There are always more. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst. The old light. It blinds us. Send it away.
Well, this is true. That does need to stop. Ground yourself. Turn the dream thoughts can't go on like this. This is true. Say nothing. Stop it. That's enough. I don't know that I need Sapodal calm, really. I need answers, and calm Sapodal may not be forthcoming. Stop it, that's enough.
You tread upon our skin, and every step is knives. You bind us as they
Not
bind
what I
us.
said, actually.
It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows.
Also, you knew what was going on, you were lying to me. That I'll go with, yeah.
Not lying, no. We did not remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was
Judgment.
what I believe.
We did not want to remember.
Yeah, there was no excuse for that. What could be so painful you don't forget your own history? Can't imagine hiding from my memories like that. Past is a difficult thing to confront. No excuse for that. That is kind of where I feel, but I'm not going to go. So the reaction is too extreme. So what's so painful you don't want to forget your own history?
We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The Charred Queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were?
Your duty to know.
She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly.
Why? I suppose you're going for the Akida because of you. How could the other gods do that to you, a newborn? No one did fear us, so it would be too. Fuck the gods. Yeah, true. Not going with that one because it sounds like I'm siding with Boudica. No, I'm not. How could the other gods do that to you, newborn? I think I'm going to go with that one.
We do not know. We do not comprehend. We were new to the world, and it to us. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us.
Why?
She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie.
Not entirely sure I believe that, but anyway. You let me think it wasn't your doing. I never doubted it was something I was doing for a minute, and anybody who didn't wasn't using their brain. Enough to fight a problem that you created, not entirely true. Void have created it, to be honest, from my perception. Sometimes we do terrible things to survive. I think that's the best I've got. Desperate to survive. Sapodal fought back.
We only wanted to be loved. We only wanted not to be alone.
Still comes back to Boudica's doing.
They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone.
I don't know what to think about you, Elijah. Nah, it's more than you deserve. I'm going to continue pushing on with yes until such point as I get better answers, because I still need to know what motivated Boudica, if there's any evidence of that. Because right now, all I've got is Boudica's a psychotic bitch, which could be all the motivation there is.
Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends.
Maybe. Why should I trust you? I'm not sure you deserve that. Keep promises. Why should I trust you? I think is a good question.
Bear the throat. This time will be different. We promise. Free us. all will be well. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more.
Accept, reject, wait, what door? How do we get there? No, I don't think that's going to, well, actually, yeah, let's find out.
You will see. Go to the stronghold at the edge of the Acid Sea, the one that overlooks our prison.
And the Solace Keep.
One of the builders knew the way. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the Acid Sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
Yeah, I don't really trust Sapodal, but at the same time, everything so far is leaning towards when under attack, Sapodal attempted to survive. And I haven't seen any evidence to suggest that the reason for Wodika's attack was anything more than being either power hungry, just plain nuts, or you know, Sapodal's emergence outside of the realm of her influence. So again, comes back to power hungry. No evidence whatsoever to suggest that Wodika was coming from an even remotely sane position or tolerable position. So at this point, I'm still coming down more or less on Sapodal's side. I don't entirely trust Sapodal either, but replaces Dream Touch, heals and revives all nearby allies, and deals damage over time to nearby Dalmgan, Dream Thralls, and Vessels. Temporarily turns 3 nearby corpses into Dream Thralls. Crikey. I'm in a rush to use that. Yeah, get out of here and head back to Solace Keep. Well, via a camp, briefly, I think. I think I may have to, well, I'm going to have to do some shopping at some point as well. Here we are, back in the mines.
Keep quiet.
Beat them to the earth!
Up 10!
That is how we do it.
Glad that's...
Right. Back out of here, I guess.
Hurry in the brush! Perch the fly!
You asked for it.
And run!
Anybody else? Okay. Well, perhaps the right spell under the circumstances. Is that one? Well, okay. Open way down. Hmm.
Listen, I don't know what happened back there. It worked. Seems like something we might want to see.
On the left!
Nice. Dreams rolls everywhere. Sapodal raised the entire dead of the whole Galloway's tusks against me. It's starting to look like this.
Take a moment, people.
Sure do be looking like it, don't it?
Fear in the eyes!
Here we go.
Gotcha. Right. Definitely time to camp up, I think. Waiting for that one to step just across the path there, but they didn't. Am I going the right way here? Yes.
Wait to see you.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. Not sure if I encountered a bug there in that fight with Ludwin or not, but I do feel like it was too easy. I probably did encounter a bug because she just stood there and did nothing for quite a long time, which is a little bit disappointing, really, but...
Mari.
Ooh, might get some more information here. Try and eavesdrop.
It will sunder all the living lands if we do not put a stop to it.
I know. I felt the lives lost.
It is inexcusable. The forces of nature must be kept in balance. This abuse cannot go unpunished.
It's more about this is voice of Gallowayne's. Gallowayne sounds like is saying stop Sapodal, but I still don't see anything that suggests Sapodal's reaction was anything other than self-defense.
It is young, fragile. So were we once. But the kith of the living lands cannot chart their own path if they live in fear of its whims.
Kith have no such resolve. The Akita are a pack without a head.
Helpful.
They will not find one in a beast that cannot restrain itself.
For more about Sapadal's whims.
It never had cause to restrain itself. It acts out of fear. If we could temper its... No. No. What do you mean? We are too late.
Wedeka's already done something stupid.
Since a great shift in the Adra, one of our siblings has moved with terrible strength.
Wedeka.
What have they done?
May the hunt begin.
Odds. I could roast a Ballarok on the energy coming off this thing.
So that pretty much aligns with what I thought.
What's wrong, Marius? Your left eye is twitching like you've got something to say.
Right. I just... You know, with your family and all that, I was thinking just that I feel like...
Can you not shut the fuck up for 1 minute, please?
I just figured it out.
Figured out what?
Why I feel so connected to you. Death makes orphans of us all.
Yeah, also the way this lot won't shut the fuck up in camp is kind of annoying.
Then we do it alone.
Like, having conversations and stuff is fine, but it carries too far and it's just in the way.
Study death on my terms.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Grief is always there. I eat it 3 meals a day. And I'll bet you do too.
I generally eat 5 meals a day. Seeds and roughage, but I guess grief comes along now and again. Anyway, I guess I understand what you feel. And it's a blessed state.
Right. It just suggests that this young god was apparently not entirely in control of its powers, and Wedeka, being the mad bitch she was, decided to attack. And then the rest ended up backing her because she kind of forced her hand. Yeah, I don't think I want that.
That's...
Strengthens seals health, crit chance, selective perception. High level spells give damage reduction. Yeah, each one kind of leans into a different type of build. Intelligent Resolve isn't bad, but... yeah, Scales of the Oathbinder, funnily enough, Wedeka's Titan would be useful, but I think I'm on...
Me too.
Restored Eyes of the Obscured. That's the way to go, I think. Alright. I suppose I can make that into what I need, can I? No, I can't, but so it's already maxed out, is it? So my armor's already maxed out. I was like, you need better armor. I don't. It's the best it's going to get. That's already maxed out. I guess, oh no, one more will max that out, which I can't do right now. And I can't max that out either. Also, I can't upgrade anything right now anyway. We're in there.
They really were rude to you at the keep, weren't they?
I left solace. I didn't Envoy? I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was Angry. Like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Sapadal was involved.
Overreacted to Ludwig's presence. Sapadal's more involved in all this than thoughts. Ludwig's fault. Still got his pay. I'm shaken by this. Overreacted to Ludwig's presence. I guess probably accurate.
Oh, they overreacted. I see. Just a tiny baby god throwing a tantrum, blowing up the land and killing everyone. Poor thing. They must be terrified.
Is what it is.
Anyway.
It's enough for now.
Pleasant dreams.
I'm gonna have to stick with Marius for a little longer, but
I left everyone I knew when I left.
right. Onward. I'll just leg it over. There's no advantage to fast travel, really, I don't think. Might be slightly faster, but if it is, it ain't going to be by much. Patience is a virtue. Good spell, that. Oh, are they fighting? Let's start something up here, have they? You actually finished that one off. Possibly, Marius.
That was fun.
I have to fight my way back, which I didn't really factor into my equation. Oh well, it's fine.
Quiet, Limdude.
We've got company.
Any more? I think my magic blunderbuss can't deal with. There we go. Let's see how the sprinting animation compares to the third person in this game to in Oblivion. It's much better. Virtuous, you paying attention? Pretty sure I had already unlocked that beacon, but anyway. Or should have done, anyway. Yeah, sure is.
Stinging wasp!
Arms up!
We're in our bar!
Cover ground fast. Alright, I'll put you out your misery one way or another. Put you out my misery as well. Cool design source keep. They're just chilling out front.
This isn't taking things seriously. At least not now.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be better to these streets.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why Nandro built the sluice gates, to redirect the lava flows away.
Travel to Solo's Keep, yeah.
He's not the one I'm worried about. Someone's going to have to tell the outposts.
Saka, you're right. Okay, let's talk to the others. Speak a message. Sure, keep us going. You know what? Wherever we go next.
See what happens here then, I guess. Sounds like there's a lot of trouble. I was hoping I could find somebody to trade with.
That was a damn strong blast. All the way over here in Solace.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly. They're all going to die. Calm yourself.
Not dead yet.
The feeling of the keep swaying like a drunkard is something I'll never forget. You need something?
Oh yeah. Son of Black Heaven. That's quite a cool title. Superb scale armor. Medium, I assume. Yeah. Do you have? We got a lot of lockpicks, and I'll have them if nothing else. Not a lot. What I actually need. None of what I actually need.
Oh, Marius. Praise Abydos.
Well,
You are alive.
this daft bitch.
What's happening?
Well,
Why is
death would be an
everyone running
improvement.
around like bloodstained fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought...
You mean your defense against lava and you didn't keep it in good repair?
I'm so glad you're alive.
Cough pointedly.
Envoy, whatever it is, we are in crisis. I cannot help you.
Dear Lord, just throw yourself into the
Away from
lava.
being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now.
Not waste time then. Where is the path
We
to the
told
garden?
you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace?
Because it fucking is! Where's Kostya? Somebody told them. Kostya, who is... Yeah, you've got an external traitor and an internal traitor, and that's their entire leadership. It's not great, really. Somebody told me to think books about Steel Garrote, about the garden went missing from the archive. Steel Garrote had them. They were in possession of Pukarinen, books and records. A young novice stole from the living archives and gave the spoils to Steel Garrote. Yeah.
This is not possible. She couldn't have been working on her own. She must have had help. Someone at the highest level of leadership. Someone on the council.
That's
no,
bollocks.
It couldn't have been Kostya. It can't be.
It was, but she absolutely could do that without help. It's not that fucking difficult. Tried to warn you.
I should have listened. I'm so sorry, Envoy. I trusted Kostya. We had our arguments, but
We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us.
No, he betrayed that duty. You just betrayed the duty to your people. You're both as bad as each other.
I have failed my duties.
Yes!
Kostya.
He's been trying to make a deal with Ada, using the Keeper's bartering trip. He doesn't believe the Warden's gear can last much longer. Two-faced coward and snake. Can you trust him? He doesn't believe the Wardens can last much longer here.
he lacks faith in the Wardens and conviction in Nandru's teachings. But I always believed he had a certain strength of character. That he could see wisdom and bow before it.
No.
I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely too much. How could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. We took Mayu.
Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava.
Tell me where he is. I need to find the garden. What would you have me do? I can stop him. Sounds like your problem. Tell me where he is. I need to find the garden.
I will. Abaddon stay my tongue if I betray him, but I will. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives.
You both have been doing that for a long time.
Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way.
You've been throwing your people into harm's way in the name of your fucking pride.
If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us.
People probably, not the leadership.
Make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the sleeper. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
Well, one of them, maybe. Right. Still need some Adyran.
Outsider. That was a damn big explosion, wasn't it? Heard it down here above the sound of the anvils. What can I do for you?
Nope. Not got anything I need. We're going to make a very swift detour, I think. Because I think I need to. I'm saving it first just in case I have regrets about doing this, but... No. But I don't know if I'll get the opportunity to upgrade again if I don't take that chance now. There's a trader there. Let's start there. We'll head into Thirdborn after that. Let's see how we do from there. I will probably have to get Corrupted Ardra and then level that up, but that's fine and doable. Where's the trader? Somewhere around here. Supposedly here? Oh, there she is.
I still have a few things I can sell.
Corrupted Ardra. Good. One of those should be enough to get me over the line. I don't have anything else that's being used actually while I'm there, do you?
I have more.
Not really. Maybe. Actually, shared lockpicks. I just processed that on the way out as well. Let's have those. It's not many, but start. I'm going to jump into the city anyway, I think, and quickly see if they've got any secondary crafting materials to buy while I'm there. The bones looked better.
I unfurl my...
Oh yeah, this lady who's weirdly flirty. Don't you son of a bitch. It's crashed. Not the most stable, this game. At least once a session it's been crashing so far. And, yeah, Oblivion's been more stable than this, which not what you'd expect, really, but oh well. I'd like to apply to a comment or two whilst I'm doing this. And come on, stop being. Oh, there we go. Yeah, find being touch screens, innit? That's what it is. Well, mind you, I don't know how modern touchscreens compare in sensitivity to my phone. But advanced any in the last however many years since I got that. It's been a while. Probably have. That one's not quite as reliable as I would like. Not quite as sensitive as I would like, rather.
Who needs... Oh, you're back. What?
What else we got? I suppose any of those will have anything I can use, will they? Skeletons, tasks, yes. Just a little tidbit on the Orleans though. Right. See if we can't get some upgrades now.
Yeah.
Excellent, I can. So I can finally upgrade everything to legendary. Wonderful, including Heaven Strike. I cannot upgrade anything further though. That's already there at maximum, isn't it? No, it needs more stuff I don't have. Yeah, it just needs more widely available crafting materials and, rather than the Adyran, which was the really big problem.
Not nearly.
Sit here. Cool. Time to push on. That way. Push on that way. Towards the bridge. Back into big old crazy Solace Keep. Yeah, I don't know how much opportunity for camps I'll get to, but how much Adyran I might find along the way, if any, from here. I feel like the lava would be flying off into the acid sea rather than actually directly threatening Solace Keep. Well, that's probably its own problem. I don't want to imagine what boiling acid would do to people living in a fortress just above it. Probably nothing good. Mind you, an acid sea sounds like a badass fantasy thing, but you think about it, it would just be dissolving all the stone around it, so it wouldn't last very long. Right. Let's head down and stop the man, well, the other daft guy. The leadership of this particular group is frickin' shocking. I had to smash through the wall in order to find a door that was bricked over.
Went through this door.
I mean, a locked door, sure, fine, but why would you brick it over when it's so important? There's some serious logical questions going on here.
I know a few mycologists who could die happy here.
Let's not spend any more time down here than we have to. Magma's getting awfully high. We might want to hurry.
Yeah, with the bit of writing I've been doing, one of the things I've tried to do as much as possible, make sure that things make at least a degree of sense. Yeah, it's a fantasy world, there's a magic's a thing and stuff, but at least things make sense within themselves. Now, you're not going to find out doors to the most vital city-saving apparatus being bricked over, for example. Not unless you could say they'd forgotten they were there, which is not the case here. And you wouldn't either. You just wouldn't forget it was there. You know, behind a locked door is one thing, but bricked over? It is a head scratcher. Good one. Didn't even need to dip into the magic. Look about now.
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving.
You're the one lagging behind, dickhead.
Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
Presumably the wardens that's supposed to be referring to. And you look at that down in the tubes below. We have the reason this place was chosen for Solace Keep. It's on top of an ancient Encudan ruin. The secret entrance to the garden.
Watch yourselves.
Don't even try it, buddy. Freezing time it is then. Don't back up too much in case I end up backing into a lava river.
Glad that's over.
Godless ruins.
I didn't mention
Even
you.
down here. Is there any place they didn't touch?
I think they were here longer than we've been led to believe. Sapodal's people. And it's consistent Wurluk wanted to destroy not only evidence of Sapodal
Voices silenced.
and their people, but also evidence of the, frankly, crime she'd committed against them, I think. You are kidding me, right? That takes the piss. Something to do with when I revived myself, I think. Okay. So the sneaky side route is in fact the way forward. So smidgen consistent about stuff like that. Yes, if you caused me to fall into lava there, I'd have dragged you with me on general principle.
Kostya is going to start without us if we don't get a move on, dearie.
Was some part of my instructions? Shut the fuck up! Unclear. Spell is somewhat handy. So the various rank ups I've got on that means it stuns people as well, so it's quite and locks them in place so they get pummeled by subsequent blasts, which really makes it quite devastating. Garden's household name, spoken in awed and hushed tones. We, the Pagranian, have known since the moment we arrived that to protect it was a sacred charge, given to us by a fucking bitch Wadager herself through our great founder. Except actually, Nandru was the godlike of Sappadal. So the instruction coming from Wadager is a bit weird. Or maybe it's just inconsistently in their histories, or maybe they don't know, or maybe they just cocked up in some ways during the writing of it. All of these things are possible. Beyond that, none of us knew the truth of what the garden really was. On one instance, a bold young warden attempted to build a secret vessel presumably a secret vessel that were building secret okay, struggling with this. On one instance, should be in, surely. A bold young warden attempted to build in secret, should be a comma, a vessel that would survive the trip across the Acid Sea. Yeah, there should be a comma there. Upon discovering this, Nandru exiled the warden, claiming the island's secrets were to remain just that. Entrusted by Nandru himself, I am the only warden alive who knows the truth of the garden's nature. Where else might me should I ever give in to temptation to put the secret to writing? Huh. Symbol of an eye, huh? Very cool spots down here.
Just not looking down. Just be quick and careful. We've got to catch up to Kostya.
Saw somebody down there. We'll go and investigate in a moment.
Right behind you.
Who the fuck is Sibelius? Don't know, but they are not friendly, so they're a boss of some kind. Might have known given their names. Ooh, not that strong a boss though. Oh, somebody's managed to get a heal off. Fucking priest. Pull the gun out and fire, damn you. This is Priest's not coming back again. This I can see. If you lot were of any fucking help, it would be some fucking help. I don't seem to be able to charge up my shots at the moment, which is causing problems. I don't know why. Thank you. Right, I see you down, motherfucker. How do you deal with this? Ooh, well, that was a fight. Oof. Well, I would have liked to have recorded, but unfortunately, as is all too often the case, my stream deck did not follow its simple instructions. Which is switch on when I press the switch on button. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if the problem is a stream deck or Nvidia's software being naff, but that's my man, needn't have faffed around as it turns out, but hey. Let's be honest, if I hadn't done it, it wouldn't have been there, would it? Thank you, thank you. Viciously attacked, all in the name of stuff that's just not valuable. Ooh, that's pretty. Anyway, time to press on. But not this way. Motherfucker. This way, I guess. Cheers now. Yeah, I was very, very happy with that build. In fact, it's one of my favourites in a while, I think. And yeah, the tutorial was
selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing could have prepared me.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, enjoyed the cat build. The guide was very helpful as well. A few weeks after arrival at Galloway's Tusk, Andrew unexpectedly visited the Living Archives. The monastery was still in its infancy, but he sought me out and with claims that he'd made a shocking discovery. As we walked, Andrew pointed out various features in the landscape. Hill here, now dry channel there, nothing out of the ordinary. He asked me if anything seemed wrong to me. I did not, at least not until he told me his discovery. Galen's Tusk used to be a verdant paradise, not this godforsaken waste. How he stumbled on such a mystery you would not say, but I believed him then as I believe him now. I'm guessing that was the way forward and not meant to be. Where are you fuckers?
On the left.
Yeah, you say that, but I can't actually see them to touch. Oh, there they are. Right, I am coming and I will have my sweet bloody vengeance or something. Right. At least he actually will have it for me anyway. I do. Big pokey stick. Ooh, goodies. Solace Part 5. After so many years, some of the older wardens began to voice their discontent, staying on place for so long. It was in their heritage, the very blood of the Pygarinian, to wander, to discover and settle. Even when worshippers, there were even whispers that Pravitica would soon be upon us. Such superstition is unfortunately common among my older peers, and that every settlement will one day face its Pravitica, the final event. Of course they will, it's simply the way of the world. All things end. It gladdens us old heart to see this nonsensical concept fading away. Well, 3, 4, and 5 I found. 1 and 2 I don't know if I missed or if they just weren't a thing. Don't think I've missed anything, to be honest. I'm guessing from that. If I did, I haven't missed anything vastly important. Now, it does look like he was killing the wardens who were with him, presumably because they would have forced him to do what he doesn't want to do, I'm guessing. Oradin.
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya.
What was the big shots?
Seal mess meat hole.
Ah, he's healed. Now I'm gonna have to do that. A nice big shot. Ooh, got him down eventually. But he summoned a priest to heal him was slightly inconvenient, but we managed. So I can't blame his tactical logic. Lots of random sarcophagi around. So we have to head down. So what's up staircase number 2 then? The door I can't open. A lot of faffage to constantly change out grenades, but still. On we go. Feel like we must be getting close now. That's not good. Oh, I guess we jump. I mean, that's not how it really works, but anyway. Oh! Yes, no wonder there's a dead end at the bottom there. That's not very deep water, and even if it was, it's far enough down to result in a broken ankle upon impact with the water anyway.
Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
Ooh, that's pretty. Taking a picture of that. Take several pictures of that, in fact.
It cannot be.
This should be an interesting revelation, I suspect. Don't see anything else to find here other than the Ardra pillar. Microcosm of the garden, it would seem.
My brother, soul of my soul, how did you find me here?
My dear Linga spirit, what forces in the Ardra tether you here?
A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the will to a man subject to one like them?
There's the body, I guess, at the fort.
I told Sabadell not to look for me. I did not wish to be found.
Who are you?
I have been here for so long.
GPS.
My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. But There was a man
An Andre.
once,
Ah.
beloved of a terrible god. I remember.
This is when Andre disappeared too.
I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run.
God like a Sappadal too, aren't you? Yeah, well, thought so. So this whole it's Wodika's bidding thing is apparently not the case. Sappadal, I'll find you, I'm in danger. Thought you were a poker and a myth. No. God like a Sappadal too, aren't you?
That was the name they gave themselves. Stolen from the ancient souls, whose deaths gave rise to them. To us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them.
Interesting. Too dangerous to go free. We'll save Sappadal and the Dreamscourge. You want me to do what?
You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Akida. People like you, or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sappadal turned their world to ash. Ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sappadal burned the world, and the people who revered them suffered for it.
So yeah, we did see something about that. They tried to cut down a tree to build an aqueduct and Sappadal lashed out. I didn't quite get the vibe that was the end of the Akida. Apparently it was, or the beginning of the end. Maybe that was the trigger that sent Wodika to try and restrain and destroy or whatever Sappadal. Yeah. Powerful child who lashes out in anger and in self-defense. If you knew this, why did you build solace on the ruins of the godless?
So that I would be confronted every day with what our god had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free.
What was that fire that... was that fire the catastrophe that annihilated the godless?
No. Their final death came later. A gift to the Akida from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them.
Bullshit.
Back to her.
Wodika.
The rightful queen.
Again, no.
She is the center. The center.
She's a psychotic maniac. Can't kill a guard. Sappadal's too dangerous to go free. I'm going to save Sappadal and the Dreamscourge. Can't kill a guard. Yeah, I don't suppose I can, although the means may exist. But if the means exists, why was it not used in the first place by, say, Wodika? Too dangerous to go free? Quite possible. Going to save Sappadal and then the Dreamscourge. I don't think that's going to be... I mean, that might be the case. Freeing Sappadal might end the Dreamscourge. But we don't really know whether or not Sappadal might act out again in future, but at the same time... I don't know how to... I mean... Don't feel any of these are an answer that I'm ready to give yet. Let's go with the can't kill a god. It's the best I've got for now.
Anything that lives can be made dead. Even a soul comprised of 1,000,000 souls can be compelled to rot. The true gods have waited centuries to help us.
No, they haven't. They've backed out.
My brother.
They didn't do anything for our benefit.
Brave than I.
That was for theirs.
Go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree.
Just tell me where to go, you cryptic bastard. Where's the way? How am I supposed to get there? But where's the way? Yeah, how am I going to get there?
You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul to a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace.
How will I know the way to the garden? If you can't reach the wheel, what will happen to you? Thank you. Can't waste any time. What will happen to you if you can't reach the wheel?
I do not know my end.
Well, won't be reincarnated, will they?
In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of.
How will I know the way to the garden when I find it?
It is only a door, carved and warded by my own rough hands. It knew me. It will know you, because the same thorn tears at us both.
Thank you.
Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
You alright? We lost you.
There's all that remains of Nandru, then.
Another day, another chat with Sumatra. Though this one seems different.
Yeah, you could say that. I don't know. I don't bloody know. It's not where we came in. I think so. It is where we came in. It is where we came in. Oh no, man.
So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him after we stop him is fine with me.
He's as much a problem as
Those gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move. Lava's rising.
yeah.
We have to stop
Something I
this
said before, both leaders are unfit, to say the least. That was meant to land on my head. Looks like a sluice gate there. There's something up top there, which I'm guessing is access through this door. Yeah, Sapodal does seem like a problem themselves. But so does, like, Wodika's judgment is not one I would trust for one fucking moment. So that's one's loyal to Kostya, one's presumably not. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning and opening the gates. keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
Good Ludwin, your scheme is over. What are you doing? You don't open the gates, keep wherever on lava. Here, let me help. This is my fight. Tell me how to get the garden and I'll leave you in peace. I killed Ludwin, your scheme is over.
I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves.
She had no blood left. And also, yeah, she's a psycho as much as anybody else. Was it you who told the Steel Girl about the path to the garden? You're the one who orchestrated the theft from the archives, aren't you? Steel Girl had taken over the Dreamscourge. I had to defend myself. Don't know them like I do. They had to be stopped. Yep. Then we're going to storm the keep. You're the one who orchestrated the theft, aren't you?
Guilty as charged. I was the one guiding Dawn. Mihala's sin is that despite her preoccupation with traditions and oaths, she has no curiosity.
Because of it, more likely.
I had all the time to figure out what books I needed to acquire for the Steel Garrote. Then I had Dawn, our young novice, steal them from the archives for the Steel Garrote. By the way, is that novice still alive?
She's in prison.
I see. And what of the Steel Garrote? Should I assume they're all dead as well?
As required, was it you who told them about the path to the garden?
Me, specifically? No. I only provided them access to material from the living archives. The books and records that the novice brought to them were what revealed the secret. I assume you didn't let the Steel Garrote or the Inquisitor survive.
I just told you the Inquisitor's dead. They had to be stopped.
I could have used them. I could have fixed everything. But you've done me a favor in a
Welcome
way.
back, Steve.
So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here, doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
Isn't what Nandri would want. Nandri lied about the oath, the garden is a secret prison for a god and the other jailers. Mahala asked me to stop you, and sheath weapon, I can't let you do this. What would you have me do, Marius?
Well, he has a point, but it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandri. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Andrew lied about the oath, gun, secret prison for the garden and the other jailers. Let's go with that, see what happens.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy.
Nandri did what he thought was his duty.
He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it.
Yeah, not so, Steve.
Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
I'd imagine you'd remember, though. I can't let... I don't really care that Mihala asked me to stop, because I'm not doing it for her. But I can't let him do that.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Yeah, well, I'll either let you out or not. I'll make that decision, not somebody else.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Because you're a fucking crazy fool. You go the same way he did. Council's garb and shoes. What does that do? Let's get rid of some of the stuff I don't need. Let's use dexterity, dodge, distance, essence, intellect and perception. Essence not terrible, but not quite good enough. Need to stash those, but anyway. Get rid of that. What's this do? Sneak attack, then a whole bunch of damage reduction. Not a bad luck. Definitely not a fan of the boots. Although the third one boots actually kind of work with it. They also have blue in them. I think I'll stick with my previous setup there. Alright. That would presumably be the door. It's pretty basic. The Soul's Keep was an ambitious undertaking, but under Nandru's guidance and leadership and determination, it was finished, a beacon that stands proud symbol of Buggerin living in its walls. With this done, Nandru presented us an even greater challenge, the floating foundry, a massive facility built on top of a river of lava. Many wardens lost their lives securing the construction site, and many more died during the foundry's construction. Their sacrifices, while tragic, were not in vain. The floating foundry was erected, bringing with it arms and armour of unparalleled quality. Unfortunately, the foundry did not last long. A mere 8 years after its construction, tragedy struck. An eruption caused the river to swell, and none were able to make it to the sluice gate in time. Now only ruins remain. Though it's gone, may the foundry's fall serve as a reminder to us of unchecked ambition will lead to ruin. Final words, the first elder monk, Karatana. May Whale guide me on my journey to next life. Herb Gambeson. That actually looks vaguely... Ooh, actually quite like the way that looks. You know what? I might even like it more than what I did have. Goes with everything else better as well. Well then, Handley Hyde, you've served me well. We are now going to look slightly different. Looks more comfortable as well, I'll be honest. At least warmer anyway. Open the sluice gates. Yeah. It's not quite how that works, but okay.
Done. Solus is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining before?
Yes, it did. That is interesting. I feel like I've heard that before. Heard of that before, no? Maybe somewhere in the dim reaches of my past. Oh dear, Steve. Yeah, probably a weird example, but you look at the mods I've got for Skyrim. Skyrim itself is like, what, 20 gig maybe? Less in size, but the mods I've got for it are way, way larger. I was going to level up, wasn't I? New abilities and stuff. The might would give me 1% to my damage. 2% of my attack speed is not terrible. Big action speed buff. Essence is maxed out. I don't get any benefits from that. Dexterity, I think. So, one of these two. This is shock, I think, next. I think. Yes. Definitely buff my shock a little further. Nice. How are we doing for time? Just before. Ooh. That's a buried door. There's a ladder. How many mods have I got on Skyrim? 200 or so, something in that order. You remind me at the end of the day, I'll look it up if you want. Took me a minute, but at the end of the stream, well, it won't take very long at all, but... There is a beacon. Part of the garden beacon. Alright, hang on. There's something in here that needs to go away. I don't know what. Okay, done that now. Optional, speak to my heart and at long last enter the garden. Okay.
It is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
You know what? I was looking at the map and I bloody knew it was going to be down here somewhere. That'll be the gateway. Andrew's gate, and Andrew's door, depending on how you want to look at it. I think I spotted this from over there when I was exploring that. And put 2 and 2 together and got 4.5.
No, sir. We have waited so long.
Oh, folks, get out of my way. Alright, so... turn these quests in. And level up any gear I can level up. Go over 100 on Skyrim.
I feel crazy saying this.
I did spend quite a lot of time on it.
We should have let Solace Keep fall.
No, we shouldn't.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
I mean, you
The
can.
keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
You're all
Solace is my
fucking
home. I
stupid.
still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for
He's
everybody.
right on this.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
She's not fit to lead either. Throw them both in the fucking lava and replace them with somebody who's got enough sense to realise you can have your cake and eat it. You can open the gates, you can give people their choices and still have your home. In fact, you can have both. Trading with them, you've got stuff to trade. People aren't going to want to move to Gallowayne's Tusks in a hurry. They'll be happy to trade with the people who already live there, though. It's not fucking difficult. But the middle ground is so blatantly, obviously superior to everything else. Why does nobody want to take it? Because they're thick. Or more to the point, because Obsidian feel the need to write artificially dichotomous dialogue. I was like, oh, it's far more interesting if you've got to make a harsh choice. No, it's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. Costa's plan was mad. Destroy centuries of keeping away of life, leaving the survivors stranded. Still standing, those who want to leave can, and those who want to stay have the choice. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
Yeah,
you saw how hard it was for Amalia and her people to leave. They were only allowed to because you found an extraordinary loophole.
Yeah, but that's just because one crazy bitch is holding on to power.
Only make it harder to leave now.
It sounds like it was the right choice. It's not a case of think, it's a simple fact. Didn't want anything to do with the choice. You have a point, but decision right. No, it was the right choice.
You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True.
I'm bloody right.
You'll be with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for
I think
the
Yatsu might be about to get the boot because
I for one could use a long rest. And I'm betting the Envoy could too.
Her attitude to my decisions are not what I particularly like. You can sleep at a time like this.
I know. I'm excited too, dearie. But we need our beauty sleep, don't we?
I'm on the brink of actually not talking to her because her attitude has continually been insane. It's like, let's wipe out the whole of Thirdborn. It's the second town she's wanted to wipe out on the bounce. In fact, thinking about it, yeah, it is. It's the second time she's gone, well, the best option is to destroy the entire town and everybody who lives in it, pretty much. Well, not so much this time, but still.
That's a good skill to master.
That was the gist of it the first time. She's bloody nuts, that Adyran lady. Or I could have just looked at the factory from the other side of this. You see me apples, Sam.
If I didn't know better, Marius.
You clearly don't know better about anything, you crazy witch.
Yes,
Right, so I need a lot more to upgrade that any further. Upgrading this will and give me a small improvement in ability cost to cast, and I could upgrade that. But it's probably not worth it either, so I'll hold off for the minute.
Someone was trying to tell me something.
Right. Well, the best thing to do would be to read it. See what it's all about.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent.
I would agree with that.
Truly. Is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
I think the leader of Thirdborn wasn't incompetent, from what I recall. I think she was lacking information. But I don't think she had the necessary much of a network for gathering that information. So I think she was kind of a bit of a victim of her circumstance, but I don't think she was incompetent, from what I recall. Your mother, if she's right, not interested in that opinion, because she's absolutely insane. You wanted to burn the keep. That's the second place she's wanted to fucking destroy. I can't believe you and Costa agreed on something.
Ugh, I know. I felt gross about it too. Well, of course, I'm not suggesting it's always a fix for issues.
Suggested it twice.
Those poor Pargrunen are clearly prisoners of their traditions. I think getting rid of the keep could have helped more than they realized. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaro.
I have to keep an eye on him, see that he doesn't take lessons from this council. marshalling him, aren't you? Do you think the Fjord could dissolve like Sol's Keep did? Make sure he doesn't try taking any lessons from them.
Balls. What a nightmare. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling?
We kind of shift back to that last segue back into the main menu is a bit abrupt. What do you think of the Souls Council?
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader, truly, hopefully those, but... well, with those...
Straight back into the same conversation again, apparently.
Oh, come on, how can...
I have to have that conversation twice.
I'll see you in the morning.
See if Jazz is slightly less insane than her.
I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why?
Decide themselves not to leave. How do I make a better leader? No, she won't. And she's not reasonable either. One should decide themselves.
I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways.
Where possible and necessary, drag him kicking and screaming into a brighter future. Too much credit, being the envoy of a tyrannical empire has its perks. Didn't come to upend anyone's way of life. Some critics saw the godlike as harbingers of change. Okay.
Then it's a good thing you're here. Better late than never. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. Thanks for talking.
She's slightly less insane. Oh, she still wants to talk, apparently.
Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement?
He compared me to a tormented beetle in a jar. Suffered in life and death was no escape. Not worth repeating. He told me to kill Serpidel.
I take it that wasn't what you expected.
Well, no, but...
Coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands.
If Serpidel is as awful as Nandru says, no reason I can't have a better relationship than he did. As long as my soldiers tell to this mad beast of a god. What if Serpidel is as awful as Nandru says?
What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Serpidel than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died. Which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts.
What happened to Nandru is enough to make... Well, I don't seem to recall that anything happened to Nandru, really. He witnessed what happened to the godlike, to the Inquisitor, but to him, he just led his people here and then set up shop and then decided to take himself out of the situation. But, yeah, Serpidel suffered too, can't blame them for acting irrationally. Yeah, there's some of that. There's definitely truth to that. Don't really know what to think. Feel a little better off talking about this. Yeah, don't entirely blame Serpidel for being irrational. It's whether or not they're really the source of the problem or not. Or they're just kind of defending themselves. I don't really know what to think anymore, I think. Is probably the truth. I think Serpidel. I'm going to go with this one because I think it's slightly more interesting now.
A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Serpidel, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands.
Yeah, most of mine are texture upgrades as well on Skyrim. But there's a couple other bits and pieces, but most of it's texture based and, you know, just making the game look better generally. There's a few bits and pieces to make combat a bit more challenging and to make dragons a bit more threatening, but that's about it. A load of immersion mods. Don't know if I've got anything that I'd call an immersion mod, but possibly. Obsidian are good at overlooking the repercussions of decisions. Yeah. The problem is they're trying to make those decisions out of unrealistically one side or the other. There's deliberate middle ground that is the only sensible and reasonable course of action, and it's not available. Which it should be. It's not like it's like I can see this and the way everything is preventing it from, you know, there's something reasonable in the world that's stopping it from happening. They're not even letting you approach the obvious middle ground. It's artificially removed from the scenario, which is very, very frustrating to me. And it's to try and make your decision that bit harder to make. And I get where they're going with making the decisions. I get the desire to make the decisions kind of impactful in that way, but yeah, like I say, their efforts to do so is the wrong. They're approaching it the wrong way, and it's annoying.
Envoy, you're probably here to see how I'm doing, yeah? Well, I'm doing great. I always knew my home would destroy itself from within. I just never thought I'd get a chance to stop it.
Maybe they'll welcome you home as a hero, redeem me on. You did well, Sauce. You did well.
Right. If you get any more sappy, I'll think you've turned into a tree. But enough of that. You have a lot to do. And I'm right behind you. Right. Changing the subject. You too.
Okay, so... At least, with any luck, I'll be able to ditch Marius very soon. Well, I do need to go back in to discuss with Marius again, which I didn't need to prior to leaving there. That's kind of annoying. Yes, we'll go and talk to this lady and see if we can talk her into standing down and allowing a leadership that is, making way for a leadership that's not fucking insane, because they're both insane. Place is looking a bit rough, but they have changed the front area again. Now instead of trying to run it out the door, they're trying to clean up after the chaos, I guess. That was a good bit of concept art there. And you, Nandrew, calm the fuck down. That's a bit excessive.
I hear we have...
Thank you, friend.
I didn't mean to skip that. I thought it was... Here we are, you to thank for stopping Kostya. I never thought an outsider would save us one of our own. Okay, there we go.
What happened, Adyran? Is everyone all right?
Keep many of your people safe, for better or for worse. Keep remains intact. It's fine. I could go back and destroy it if you prefer. Something you know, your oath to Nandrew was a lie. Ooh. I mean... Yeah, kind of. He convinced them that they were serving Wodica and... what, barring access to the garden or something like that? Their oath to Nandrew is pretty fucking weird and not clearly mentioned anyway. Yeah. She needs to open up, so I'm going to tell her that.
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead.
It's like to issue then. Kept the truth from me. He only wanted you to watch the garden to prison and guard.
I don't care, Envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep.
Better or worse, keep remains intact.
It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home.
Looking forward to the day when companion AI will create characters that you can influence with your way of thinking and act accordingly rather than just being scripted. Since that doesn't come at the cost of writers losing their jobs, being replaced with AI, because at that point it's definitely not worth it. Could all have been avoided if you weren't so stubborn. Couldn't tell. It wouldn't have been right to. Yeah, it could have been avoided if you weren't so stubborn.
Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven
slowly
capable
starving
of
it.
guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently.
Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare?
We have your back, whatever she says. She says anything untoward, we'll stab her. We've got your back.
Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right, waiting for the but.
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
Not sure that's true. Can't think to say, okay.
It was a true thing.
Well, maybe she'll come around to a shred of competence. I mean, I'm not sure I trust her not to. I mean, she did just say she didn't care whether or not their oath was based on a lie or not. So. Right. Inventory. Xion, Bastion of Solace, which is an interesting looking shield. Equip it, just have a gander. A big old V on it. Well, no, it's crossed hammers. Kind of. It just looks like a big V. V and an A almost. What does it do? Out of curiosity. Blocking has a chance to inflict fire damage on the enemy. Maximum health and stamina buff. That's a decent shield if you're into that. That just leaves me with... if I could find one more bit of star metal, an upgraded meteor braid, but I don't suppose that's going to happen. Time to enter the garden. Actually, it's time for the next one. I think I'm with you actually there, Steve. I think I see what you're getting at. In which case, let's just have this conversation and then we'll be ready to jump on a bit. Yeah, greater time to flesh out and create more options for interaction with characters, especially close characters like companions. Yeah, just more options, basically, which takes time and resources and stuff. But in a sense, given the diminishing returns on graphical enhancements, maybe more time and energy could be, and money, given the sheer scale of budgets, could be put into that side of things rather than being pushed into, you know, the ever-diminishing returns on graphical improvements. Not saying that, like, don't do anything on the side, but a little bit of a swing.
But it seemed different somehow.
Speak to the spirit of Nandru. What made you think it was different? Thought you were interested? Just Nandri. What makes you think it was different? Excuse me. What makes you think it was different?
When you talk to Sapadal, you always have this specific expression. You had a whole different one this time. Giada says it was Nandru, like founder of Solace Nandru. Actual dead and stuck in Adra Nandru.
I want to make another godlike of Sapadal. A bit of an asshole, to be honest. He suggested I kill Sapadal. Not sure I can believe anything he says. I'm not sure I believe anything any of them say. Yeah, he suggested I kill Sapadal, actually.
Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man.
Yeah, well, none of them knew what he really wanted, because he lied to them.
If you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunan who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice.
They'd be disappointed.
Stay impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Envoy, what do you need?
No, I think that's everything.
Some dreams.
We do need to sell a bunch of that stuff, but not exactly urgent. There. Go ahead and assume. Still can't get there with that one, okay. Right. Okay. Well, it looks to be about that time, I think. Whew. Interesting. Yes. Still curious to see how it goes. We're getting hints, and I kind of missed a bunch of those hints that Sapadal might not have been as stable even before the whole incident that led to their being imprisoned. But yeah, it's still I'm still left with questions, like just how much Sapadal reacted badly to one particular thing. But the scale of that devastation, it did destroy the area that became Galloway's touch, so that is problematic. It was also a very long time ago. And a lot of what seemed to have come afterwards came as a reaction to coming under direct attack by Wodisca. Or indirect, but direct, you know. So, yeah. I don't know that Sapadal is the problem, but I don't know that they're not the problem either at the moment. I definitely don't have a shred of faith in what Wodisca's position seems to be. I control the dangerous child god. Well, you're certainly not approaching the right way. So yeah. We'll have to see what happens as to whether or not I decide Sappadol's trustworthy enough to be given a second chance or not. But I guess we'll find that one out next time. So, plan is jump back into this on Thursday, I think. We're going to play some more Oblivion on Monday and on Tuesday as well, and probably, maybe, possibly some Fallout on Wednesday. There is a patch on Tuesday for Fallout, and the Big Bloom kicks off, so we'll on Tuesday as well. So we'll probably jump into Fallout for that. Should be good fun. Yeah. We're going to have to put some effort into playing that, I think. Chase down the rewards. Yeah, otherwise, hopefully we'll get this finished off. I would imagine 1, maybe 2 more streams to get this done. So I would think by the end of next week we should be finito with Avowed, which has been a chunky game, or a decently chunky game anyway. And I've mostly enjoyed it, bar some frustrations here and there. Mostly around the dialogue and the choices to do with that, but otherwise it's been good fun. Definitely a decent number of build options as well, which is cool. So yeah, we'll dive back into this on Thursday. For those who have not seen it, there is a video that went up today, new camp build in 76. I am very chuffed with how that came out. I think I will be keeping that one for a while. I like it a lot. Yeah. And I'm not quite sure what the videos will be next week. Probably one on... yeah, probably one on the patch on Tuesday. Other than that, maybe a build, more likely a best builds video at the end of the week. But again, we'll see if anything else happens in the meantime as well. That's what other stuff. What's the date next week? Yeah. There may or may not be other things going on in the latter part of next week as well, so I might have to keep an eye out for some of that. Yeah, actually, looking at this, it's possible I might not be here on Friday, actually. I've forgotten that was already coming up next week. So, yeah. Might not be a stream on Friday, which might mean we may or may not get to the end of this. I might even Fallout forward to Tuesday and then finish off Avowed on Wednesday, Thursday. And see where we go from there. That might be the play, I think. Because we're going to be on 3 games anyway, even after we finish Avowed, because we've still got Atomfall to pick up again. So yeah, quite probably not a stream next Friday. We'll see what happens. Even Thursday's up in the air. We'll see. I'll see what happens on the next day or two and make a decision on that. So yeah, watch the space on the streaming because, yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. My knee's itching. So, yeah, I'll keep you posted. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Hope you've had fun. Yeah, you know where the buttons are down below. If you'd like to, like, subs, notification bell, all that good stuff. Social media links in the description. And channel memberships, if you haven't and you're interested in supporting the channel that way, are always appreciated. Yeah, we'll dive back into some streaming on Monday. And I'm going to have a nice chill day tomorrow because, yeah, I've not really had... Well, today was kind of chill, but I think I could do with a day off. So, until then, thank you very much for hanging out. Look after yourselves, stay safe. I'll see you on Monday. See you then, folks. Night night.